Right, guys. How's it all going? Who have we got here today, this morning? It's going. It's Dilly. Dilly is in the house. Wrecked. And Tony's first on YouTube. Oh, God, everyone's flying in. Flying in. Serviced one. Oh, God, why do you guys have such long names? So, after yesterday's dramatic end to the stream, due to my internet dying and me losing a second hardcore character from Disconnect, unfortunately, in the space of one stream, I thought I'd list some auctions first. I can't do anything wrong listing some auctions. Well, that's got expensive. Why is that listing for such a ridiculous price? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my TSM settings. That should not be listing that for 900,000 gold. So how are we all feeling about it being Friday then? It's probably going to take me just a little while just to get all these auctions listed. And then maybe we can do a bit of gold making and maybe a bit more hardcore. See if we can actually get anywhere without getting absolutely destroyed this time. Although the first one yesterday was my fault. I did make a mistake. I didn't see until I watched the VOD back. Well, I didn't see it. You guys saw it. Yeah, taking 6 mobs on at once in hardcore, it was not part of the plan. Hello, first time catching live stream. Fantastic. Good to have you. I think everyone's just in a everyone is in a Path of Exile 2 waiting room at the moment, basically, aren't they? I think it's 7 o'clock tonight UK time, isn't it? About 5 hours. Nope, not bothered. It's like Marmite, in it. You either love it or you hate it. And I was a little bit intrigued just because people was telling me in a stream earlier on in the week that you can literally be a trader in the game and just sit in town and trade stuff all day. Because I'm not very good at the hack and slash, but I could probably do that. Mildly tempted me. But I can't afford to get too much into a game at the moment because it's too important to be making content instead. And if I start playing a game, I'll just, I'll lose a month probably. Dilly, I've been playing way too much Core Punk. I've not seen that much about that. I just watch. I saw a bit of Asmongold's video about it, just like a few minutes of it, and it seemed fairly positive about it. That's the issue I have right now, yeah. That's the problem when you're a content creator, isn't it? You just you can't afford to play games like you used to. You can't afford to just go, oh, I'm going to put, I'm just going to put 200 hours into Baldur's Gate, or I'm going to put 200 hours into RimWorld or anything like that. You just can't do it anymore because you just cannot afford to, because that's 200 hours that you're not streaming or 200 hours that you're not making videos. Oh, it worked.
No, I'm just, now that you're streaming, I can now try and set it up. So okay. I'm just doing some dash commands.
I like your content more so because you're the only honest goal making channel streamer. No, I do. I think there's others out there. There's plenty out there. Mampheus, Zan, Lazy Gold Maker. Ian's quite good as well. Elon. There are definitely others out there. But sometimes I'm probably a little bit too honest. Very pumped, but very nervous for the server's low. Yeah, the servers, it's not even going to be worth trying to play tonight, is it? It's just going to melt. You've literally got, you may as well just, if you want to play, say if you're in the UK and it's 7 o'clock tonight, you may as well go to bed early and get up early. And if you miss that first sort of 5 or 6 hours, then you're probably going to get a lot more quality play time, because at 7 o'clock tonight, our time, UK time, it's gonna be a complete mess, isn't it? Like, it's been a while since I've seen a game launch, an online game launched, hyped this much. Ivan, hello there. Doing good? Yeah, I'm doing good, Ivan. How are you? How are you doing on this Friday over on YouTube? How are we doing on YouTube side of things? All good, all good. Most viewers just think we play games 100% of the time. It's usually like 5 or 10% of everything we do. Yeah, it's... I mean, especially your videos, because you put in a significant amount of effort into the editing and the quality of your videos compared to mine. But yeah, it's like people say, like, make a 10-minute video as if it takes like 10 minutes to make. Like, it's probably not. I've always thought that if you think about coming up with ideas and editing and things like that, I've always thought that it's approximately about, if a video, about 1 minute per an hour per minute of the video it takes to make, something like that, as a rough approximation. So like a 10-minute video will take 10 hours to make. If you think about sort of coming up with the idea, doing all the filming, carrying it out and all that sort of stuff, it's yeah, I've probably not done any serious goal making. I've done the odd bits, but I've not done any serious goal making since I did the 296 million gold mailbox opening. Because I've just been too busy looking into things for other people to do or trying things out. How many monitors are you using? I'm using 2 monitors. You can see all my everything that I'm using. It's in the about page at the bottom on Twitch. And don't laugh at it. Some of my setup, especially the camera. True, I know one of them. Yeah, there is some good out there, but there's yeah, as we know, there's some clickbait out there as well. And you know, I've done it in the past as well, like when I was first starting, when you're just trying things out, but it's it works and it grows you fast, but it's not the sort of growth you want, really, is it? And it's just misleading people as well. So this is just my US region auctions that I'm listing. Usually I would do them all at once, so I'd have 8 accounts going, 4 on the EU and 4 on the US. But it's a bit too much to do on stream. I have done it before, but it doesn't tend to go down very well. And we've had enough technical problems recently. Oh, we don't want that. Open that, open that, open that. Camera's good, mic not so much. Have it ever gave feedback on your videos? Your voice is a bit bassy, groovy. Don't know the correct technical term, but maybe it's the room. I don't know. You know, people usually say the opposite. People are usually quite happy with the audio, but I am very happy to take any feedback because it might be something. I mean, yeah, it could well be my voice. Is it just on the streams or is it on your videos? Your voice is very bass. Is it same on videos and on stream? Just out of curiosity. Where do you spend all that gold? I don't tend to spend a lot of the gold. I tend to spend the gold to make more gold. That's why you end up with so much gold, because you're earning it, but you're not spending it. Why are they all parked in gadgets then? I parked them here because it's obviously, I'm still using this. I've got the other mount, but this is a location where you can be mounted next to a mailbox and it counts as being in a rested area, so you've got instant log out. So that's why I like that. But now I've got the mount where I can use the mailbox as well. I would ideally like somewhere where you could be mounted and it is inside, because if you're inside it, it's sort of faster loading times. So
you do them by hand?
Yeah. Need to show more cats. I can hear them, but I can't see them, which probably means that they're wrecking something somewhere. Sounds like they're scrapping on the stairs. One of them will run down here in a minute. Think it aggravated when you're close to my... I'm quite far from the mic, though, from here. Right, I'm a good half a metre from the mic. Saw a video yesterday. Guy had 500k gold in bag, 400k in mail. End of video, he has 920k. Title was doing millions of engineering. Yes and no. So like my engineering video. Did I put millions on my engineering video? I can't even remember now. But if you've got something that's got good, there's one. Yeah, she just went flying past. She wants to go outside. If you've got something that's a good profit margin that's going to like make you a lot of gold. Just a minute. You going outside? No, she's not going outside. It's the black one. She don't go outside. Yeah, if you've got something where you can show that you've got really good profit margins, then you can claim that's sort of making you millions, I suppose. But when I did my video, I think I got about 2 million gold in sales on the parts. I didn't make 2 million gold in profit, but it was decent profit margins on those engineering parts. Oh, there she goes. She's here. What's she doing? She'll be up in the Christmas tree in a minute. It's daytime. Cats are sleeping. Yeah, because they're only the only time the cats are awake is about 3 o'clock in the morning when she's jumping all over me. So most of this stuff I'm selling here is lots of different stuff that I've sort of got a lot of control of the markets for. Do you know if there are any profession tables outside of major cities? I believe there is some in the City of Threads if you unlock stuff, but it's to me it just sounds like a lot of hassle for the benefit you get from it, basically. What's up, kitty? What's up? Leave your sister alone. Because it would be nice, like especially for me, if there was somewhere where there were some profession tables inside. You know, especially if you're crafting on multiple accounts, it's really nice to not be stood outside in a major city. There's a crafted consumable one. Oh yeah, there's that one from engineering as well. And the ones you unlock on Ashcat, yeah. Morning chat and streamer, morning Codemaker93. How are you doing on this lovely Friday? Oh. Did you set up TSM auction house groups yourself? I did. But when it comes to setting up a lot of TSM stuff, you do not want my advice. I'm sure you are better at it than I am. I have an extremely basic setup. Let's get these. So we're just jumping through all the different servers. What would you suggest to make gold, considering that I already have, I'm already in the gold cap and want to spend and invest to receive more? Did a video about investing, but it depends on what sort of time frame you want your investment to come back in. If you're talking about short-term investments, then any short-term investment in WoW is risky. What's sold for 95k here? Robe. Yeah, any short-term investment in WoW is risky because people say things like, oh, there's a new season coming, so demand's going to go up. It will, but so will supply because everyone will be stockpiling beforehand. So short-term investments, sometimes it works, a lot of the time it doesn't. We empty the mail there. Long-term investments, well, that's where I make most of my gold, long-term investments. Hey, what's your second macro on the action bar? Do you mean on the number 2? So that is the TSM macro. That is a logout macro. That is a macro to open up the bank, the TSM bank thing. And that number 2 one, I knew that was going to happen, is a cage pet mouse over macro. So I used to do a lot of pet trading across servers and stuff like that. So if you can have a macro where you can just mouse over and key bind it to put it into your backpack, it's a big time saver as well. But I don't really do that anymore. Hey, do you enjoy other parts of the game sometimes, or are you only doing gold making? Since I've started doing content creation, I've only done gold making because just don't have time to do gold making, content creation, and other stuff. Do enjoy Mythic Plus, do enjoy raiding, and before I made videos and stuff for YouTube, I used to do all of that, but I can't anymore. It's just because of time. The same thing we were just saying about playing other games earlier. It's just you just don't get time to, unfortunately, if you want to you know, if you want to be serious about what you're doing. Is there an easy way to calculate profits for tailoring regions before buying the mats? Right, 1 second. Just wait for this. I'm being really naughty today. Done that twice now. Right, so now we've just destroyed everything else as well. So as you may or may not have seen, I just use my crafting sheets for everything. So I just put the numbers in there and it figures everything out, figures out what my current crafting costs are and what I need to sell to on the auction house in order to make a profit, basically. And I've got a video coming out about making your own crafting sheets. The video's done now. I will release it tomorrow, I think. So I will put that video out, and you might find that useful to be able to do the crafting sheet yourself, and then you can predict what your crafting costs are and stuff like that. And then you know whether you should be doing something before you do it, basically. Because it's really hard, because crafting will only tell you about one stage of crafting. It won't tell you about, like with your tailoring, whether you sort of unravel, turn that into bolts, turn to exquisite weaver bolts. It doesn't tell you about all 3 stages at once, whereas if you use a crafting sheet, you can obviously do that very easily. So basically, yeah, I think that's what you need to do. That's the best way of doing it. And like I said, that video will be coming out tomorrow, so hopefully that will be helpful to you and to many other people as well. Although it's another one of these situations whereby I planned on it being a 10-minute video, and I think it turns into a 21-minute video. So you will have to listen to quite a lot of my rambling, I'm afraid, when that does come out. But at the same time, that can't bother you too much because you're here. And when you say long term, how long do you mean? And what would you sell? By long term, I'm talking about years. But I'm talking about you get like 10, 20, 30 times your gold back. And people don't like it because it takes years. But it does work. Because obviously I'm getting paid off from stuff I did in like Shadowlands and things like that now. Shadowlands, Dragonflight. Like, if we look on here, like all this stuff, this is all the Shadowlands stuff, and it's so ridiculously rare now. And I own all of it. Then the rest of all this is a load of Dragonflight stuff. And my buy price on these tier old ones, my buy price is probably like 1,000 to 2,000 gold. Some of the, and I'm selling them for 100k now. Some of these weapons was probably up to, my average buy price was probably like 5,000 gold, and I'm going for 150,000 gold now to sell those. But the amount of stock I've got, it will take me years to sell everything. Solheim Gaming. Solheim's in here. Fantastic. I've just been lurking with you forever. Makes a change. Just spotted your in real life mini pet walking past in the background. Oh, they're actually... That, guys, is extremely rare. Look how close they are on that back sofa. They are never that close. They just must be so tired from the scrapping all night and keeping me up. Solheim's cat on stream last night was just hysterical. It was like literally sat on your head. When you're selling transmogs, how often are you posting them? Do you just do a 48-hour post on? Oh, what's that? We've got some funky music, guys. It's a prime. Thank you. Oh, how do you pronounce that? Kaylin Low. Thank you very much. That is very much appreciated. Thank you. Just lurking. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, guys, what's going on? I can't keep up with you now. Oh, thank you, guys. That's up to 9. Thank you. Or is that 10? Let me see, because Twitch is going crazy. Oh, thank you for that prime. Thank you. There's only 2 founder badges left to go. Right. Just lurking, eating my post-gym meal, chicken and rice. Playing on so many windows is wild to me, but I commend you for it. This is not a lot. I quite often have 8 when I'm not streaming. But when you're listing auctions and stuff like that, it's not particularly taxing. When you're selling transmog, how often are you posting them? Do you just do a 48-hour post or cancel scan? No, 48-hour post, because I'm listing on 150 servers. I'm not going to cancel scan on 150 servers. But what you have to understand is that I control a lot of these markets. So it's not like when people are farming, vanilla dungeons and getting a transmog that 20 other people have got in the auction house. Like a lot of these, you will see are getting. Well, you can see here, where it says seller, you can see the majority of what I'm selling, there is no other person selling it. So I don't have to cancel scan because the items I'm selling are so rare because I've made them so rare by controlling the market that I don't have to cancel scan. Look, you see there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 17 items there and only 3 of them have somebody else that's listing it on the auction house. So it's a different situation to people that just farm transmog in a sense of, like you're seeing a lot of farming videos. How often do you get a sale? It varies. I think we've only seen a couple of sales this time. But normally it will take me about an hour and 20 minutes. If I was doing all eight accounts at once, it would take me about an hour and 20 minutes to do the whole of the EU and the whole of the US. And I'd probably make somewhere between 1 and 1.5 million gold from that. I want to start gold, but I have no idea where to start. Do you have any resources or suggestions for that? I'm currently sitting below 100k. I mean, generally speaking, if you've got a little bit of gold, then it's nice to set up the concentration builds. I do have a few videos for that. The profit margins are not what they were. But I think setting up the basic ones, the basic concentration builds now, if you have enough level 70s, is worth doing still. Even the basic enchanting setup where you only get 25 enchanting skill, you can set it up in about 15 minutes. I do have... I can probably link you the video, to be honest. The old one. 2 secs. Because these concentration builds, are if you have got the alts to set them up, they're very, very quick and easy to set up. Now, you can set up more advanced versions, but the more advanced versions cost more gold to set up. So if you've not already got it set it up, I don't really think it's worth that much setting up. But this is the basic setup. Right, was you on Twitch or YouTube? Cat? Right, you're on Twitch. Right, just a sec. So that is the basic enchanting setup. It's really quick and easy to go with. I run 5 instances myself, but I don't have time to go all in on goal making. It keeps me afloat when I want to buy something. Well, surely you must be doing a bit of goal making though, on the regular, to be able to pay for those 5 accounts. Or have you just gone absolutely crazy in the first few months and paid for them for like until the next expansion? By the way, you need level 68 for the War Within Profession. I suppose that's relevant if people are leveling up characters to do professions. But I imagine most people are sat on quite a few. Most people are sat on quite a few level 70s, aren't there, after remix? And we're getting another remix this time as well, aren't we? So it's going to be even easier to have lots and lots of characters next expansion. I've done the enchanting 1 on 2 characters, but I'm currently still investing back into them. Have you gone for like the full build, or have you gone for the basic build though? With profit margins getting lower, I think going for the basic build, it's obviously less gold, but it's less gold it's going to earn you, but it's less gold to set up as well. 68 to 70 is about 30 seconds with Dragonflight first time crafts. Yeah. It would have you'd have got a lot more than 2 levels for it if I didn't get that nerfed as well, wouldn't you? 100k starting point, isn't that a bit low for concentration build, or am I just not thinking about what you're talking about? It depends like what sort of concentration build you're going with. Like if you go in for the full setup, then you're not going to get many characters set up for that price. But if you go for just like the one where you the very first enchanting one where you just got the 25 enchanting skill and you just basically got the profession treasures. I can't remember the exact setup, but it won't be expensive to set it up now. So you're not going to go and get all the dead good profession gear. You're not going to do an enchanting shuffle to get, all the shattering and stuff like that. So the cost to set it up is significantly lower. I've tried the more common transmog stuff that you see in the farming videos, but I want to start looking at stuff that, like you suggested in your videos a while back, Dragonflight maybe. Yeah, it's a lot of the stuff that I buy up is quite rare, but which doesn't make it that easy to farm. I have done some videos on it towards the end of Dragonflight, saying that this stuff is going to go up in price, and that stuff has gone up in price a lot. But it's whether it's probably not at a point where it's going to earn you more than just doing like basic mining and herbing in Dragonflight, in War Within, sorry. I tried the herb route you suggested to me. It was pretty awesome, thank you. Oh, is that the one that was in North Hallowfell? Near the City of Threads. Oh, okay. That one was you know, at the start of the expansion, when Northstones were really expensive, that one must have been ridiculously strong. Because I think when I tried that out, I got 12 Northstones in an hour. So you can imagine when Northstones were at like 5k, it was just ridiculous. Just from the Northstones. But personally, I prefer the one in Northern Hallow now. It's just I just find it easy. It's just easy just flying around a small circle, isn't it? Oh god, I'm getting bored posting on that server. Some of these oceanic servers, the auction house is really slow to post on them. What is it? Yeah, Frostmourne. Is the herb root the one in Hallowfall? Any link? It's the 3 islands in the north, just flying around them basically, and there's quite a nice density of herbing and mining stuff around there. And it's not just a nice density, it's just an easy route to run as well. If I can manage it, then you guys can definitely manage it. It's hard to beat Earth and Flying if you don't care about ratio. I mean, the leveling up, it's pretty crazy, but everyone's going to have a ridiculous amount of alts next expansion, aren't there? Because you've got the crazy Earthen leveling, and then you're going to have Remix as well. So like everyone is going to be able to run like 100 concentration characters next time. You spoke about risk earlier. I've lost so much gold by being short-term risky, and I've lost every time. Yeah, it's people can come up with what sounds like logical reasons as to why certain short-term investments will work. Like I said, like, oh, it's the start of a new season, so therefore demand's going to go up. But we've looked on it on stream before, where prices have actually gone down when a new season starts, because so many people are stockpiling on that basis that extra demand is getting outstripped by the massive extra supply going into the market and things like that. You can make gold short. You can make gold short-term investing, but it's definitely risky. I've done the second build you made. I'm going to check the first one to see if it set up on more characters. Yeah, check the second build. 100% makes more gold, but it also takes a lot more to set up. So see what, if you're setting up another character, just see how much it costs you to get to that first build and what the profit margins are like. Because if the profit margins are half, if you're making half as much gold from your concentration as you are from the second build, then you're definitely spending less than half the amount of gold to set it up. And it's obviously less time consuming to set up as well. So you have to take that into account as well. You can set it up on more characters quicker. Right, just a second. Get on to the next servers. You go there, you go there, you go there. It's hard to get into crafting orders instead of selling things on the auction house. It's I don't sell with crafting orders because it's too it requires too much babysitting, but a lot of people are still making good gold from it. But you need to have the add-on. I can't remember what it's called because I don't use it. It's linked in the gold making resources section on the Discord, and it just makes it so you can, as soon as somebody mentions a looking for, I want this crafting, then you can just instantly whisper them back. Say, I can craft that for however much gold. Craft scan. Yeah, craft scan. That's the one. Yeah, I've never used it because I don't, like I said, I don't do crafting orders, but it looks, from what I've seen of it, it looks like a extremely powerful add-on for doing that sort of stuff. And I was on, I've seen people setting up guilds now purely for doing that cross-realm. Morning, K-Chak. What was the conclusion from yesterday? Crushing is a wasted of gold. I'll tell you what, I can show you guys. You can have a sneak preview. So I finished the gem crushing on the crafting sheet this morning, and this is the profit margins. Basically, as I did check with uncut gems and cut gems, you get the same. You get the same stuff from them both, but it costs more. But cut gems cost more to craft. So basically, you want to crush cut gems, and this is the numbers this morning. And as you can see, there's quite a few of these that are at a loss, but there are some that are even at a profit, especially using rank 1 bismuth. That's based on this morning's prices. But this profit margin, compared to the amount of gold you're putting into it, is not, that's not fantastic. That is minus the auction house cut, so that is 4,318 gold profit after the auction house cut. Well, this is like 60,000 gold's worth of materials or something. So that there is profit there, but it's such a thin profit margin that it's, it's not great. But I'm glad to see that it's sort of viable-ish, at least. Well, that was what we got from the numbers yesterday anyway. K-Check can ask you what realm you play is. I play on every server. I don't really have a single server. All these auction house characters are all on different servers. I have crafters, but they are all on different servers as well. Mostly low population ones, because it just makes everything I do a bit easier sometimes. Yeah, I think I'm at like 150k from crafting orders this week, but I have every profession. It's good if you're doing something AFK on an account like Millen. Yeah, if you're just crafting something and you're in trade chat while you're crafting, and it works for all your alts as well, doesn't it? So then you can just send a message, say, send this crafting order to so-and-so character. You can just log across, craft the thing, hopefully make some gold from it. Hopefully a tip, or hopefully you get resourcefulness proc. Oh, this one's slow. I can't be bothered to list all those. Margins for crystalline radiance feels very slim. Do you think the players to stock up on the ones I make now for season 2, since it would make sense for them to spike them? So as I've said a few times, I'm very much not generally a fan of stocking up things for things like a season release. There's the odd thing that's worth doing, but generally I say no. But, and there is a but here when it comes to concentration. Concentration is limited supply. So people can only stock up so much. Saving concentration crafts for next season is potentially a thing. But it depends, because if prices keep going down, then prices might go down to the point where stuff you craft today, by the time the next season comes out, which is probably going to be in sort of 8 or 9 weeks, what you've crafted today, even with concentration, might not be at profit because like the price of everything's gone down in the meantime. But generally speaking, I don't think it's that bad of an idea. But the truth is, we just don't know how it's going to work out. Obviously, the demand for enchants will go crazy in season 2. But you're not the first person to think about stockpiling what they craft from their concentration to try and make a bit more gold from it. And I don't think it's anywhere near as a bad idea as people sort of saving potions, saving herbs and ore and stuff like that. That's not a good idea. But I don't think I understand the logic behind saving your concentration crafts for next season at the moment when profit margins are so thin. I definitely get that. Can you trade gold cross server now? Yeah, you can. You can either directly trade with somebody quite easily, or you can just trade via your warband bank. If you just put it in your warband bank on one character and then just withdraw it on another, it's very easy now. Last night was setting up an enchanter and wanted a couple of recipes, so I made an earthen to snag a couple of for 100G on a Brazilian server and popping my warband. Little victories feel good. Yeah, and getting into the habit of doing stuff like that, it can save you huge amounts of gold over time. So when I was setting up my alchemist character on stream on Monday, and I saved it was like 12, 13, 14k gold just by switching to another server and buying the profession gear somewhere cheaper. So if you just get in the habit of doing stuff like that, saving gold is more important than making gold. Because saving gold is like free gold. Making gold is hard work, but if you can save it, that's fantastic. So yeah, just keep it up because that will, that skill of buying things from the cheaper servers will definitely serve you well in the long term. I'm in a crafting guild. These two guys have basically every craft from the Warvin, and you just place an order and ping them on Discord. Has been very useful because I'm on a low population realm. Yeah, I've got the same problem as you. Like I said, being on a low population realm, it's fantastic for some stuff. So it's great for farming, and it's great when you're going to get like your weekly profession treasures and stuff like that because they're just everywhere, and it's really easy. But then getting profession gear crafted is a nightmare. So it's like you said, it's nice if somebody's got a guild. What's sold for 100k? Gale Spirit sold for 100k. Warband bank trading, yeah, 100%. That's how we're doing it. Anyone have an image or can just tell me quickly where to put my knowledge points for herbing and mining? Can't show you at the moment, unfortunately. I can when we finish listing these auctions, if you remind me. Now that we can buy stuff from other servers, what are the best ways to find those items under my journal? And Darren on YouTube, is there a way to know which servers share auction house? I can answer both these questions at the same time, so let me just. So we're going to go on Orbis Exchange. So literally, you just find your items. So if we say go on Dragonfly, we'll look at something that I pretty much own. So if it's ever going to load. So yeah, you can. There are other ways of doing this, but then I just come down here and you just sort by price, and there you go. The cheapest ones are on Sargeras for 11,000 gold. The next one's 20,000, 30,000. So I just sort them by price. Now, as far as what realms are connected, if you find your realm on there, then if you click included connected realms, then you can usually figure it out from there. So like if you click price, you see these are all 12,000 from the 23rd of August. All those are connected. Because that's the same item. That one's on its own. That one its own. These two you can tell are connected. Because that was last on 13 days ago for 25,000. These are all connected because they're all at 43,000. So you can see the item's the same price. So you can find something that you know is listed on every server, and if you click include connected realms, you can usually figure out what it is from here. Like this one might be a bit harder because it's 50,000 gold, and there might be a few of them at that price. And there's going to be loads at 149 because that's me listing. Well, that's one way you can have a look. I mean, the realms that are connected should be connected in the same way that your battle group is connected anyway. But yeah, the auction houses are, yeah, somewhat shared. Now, as much as you can use, I use Undermine Journal, or is that what we're called, Undermine Journal? Undermine Exchange. I use that a lot, but the problem is that the information is just getting pulled from the from Blizzard servers, and that only gets pulled once an hour, which means that anything that's a really, really good deal will probably have been gone by the time you get to it. So if you want the really good deals, then you have to be scanning on the server. You have to be the person that finds it from, like a shopping scan or a sniper scan or anything like that. And that's a situation where someone like you that's got 5 accounts, you could have a setup like this where you're playing on 1 account, but you have shopping lists on 4 accounts. And maybe you've got a shopping list of like 1,000 items on it that takes, 10, 15 minutes to run. And you're logging onto them all, and you'll run that shopping scan and see if there's anything that's really good. And that's how you'll pick up the best deals if you do the shopping scan. Because anything you pick up on that shopping scan, nobody else is going to see it until on Undermine Exchange for like, half an hour. It won't pop up on there, but you'll see it straight away. So like if somebody puts something that's 100,000 gold and puts it up for 1 gold, there's no way that you'll get that from Undermine Exchange. You'll only ever get that if you pick it up on a scan. But isn't the EU, for example, like one big server auction house wise speaking? It is in the sense of certain things are cross region. So anything that stacks is cross region. So things like herbs, ore, enchants, gems, they all stack. So they are all cross server. Stuff that doesn't stack is not cross server. So things like armor, weapons, profession gear, things like that isn't cross server, which is why you've got me here. I'm listing basically the same items on every single server here. If you look, it's basically the same stuff on all these accounts. And I'm just listing it on every server on the EU and the US. So yeah, whether they'll change it eventually to put everything on the region-wide auction house, it's possible. But we'll just have to see what happens. For now, this is the system we've got. Yeah, only for stackable items, yeah. Also, you can't do it for alloys, for example. Yeah, yeah, basically stuff like that, alloys, anything like that. So with your blacksmithing alloys, that's going to go on the region-wide auction house. But your blacksmithing, profession tools, PvP gear, whatever else you're going to craft, and just throw it on the auction house, that will just be for your server. But because it's so easy to transfer things across server using your warband bank, that means that if you can craft things and not only sell it on your server, but you can put a load in your warband bank, take it out on another server and sell it on other servers as well. So you could potentially have one crafter. If you went to an extreme, let's say, you could have one crafter and you could supply the whole region, but not using the region-wide auction house, just using your warband bank and transferring it to 75, 80 other servers where you have a bank character. But I think that's going to be something that a lot of people do going into next expansion with profession gear, because a lot of people have done quite well with that with profession gear. So I think that's going to be a competitive market. Do I want resourcefulness as a disenchanter? Do you mean like on your profession tool? Hollow Hunters, 95k. Because resourcefulness is helping. Oh, as a disenchanter, yeah, sorry. No, sorry. Yeah, I read that wrong. As a disenchanter, it's not going to make any difference, is it? You just need plus skill. So as a disenchanter, this is the disenchanting setup I go with. So it's 100. I like to aim for 145 skill. So that's everything upgraded. And you've got a blood elf. And obviously the knowledge points are really easy to get. But yeah, you don't actually need those as max rank quality if all you're doing is disenchanting. You just need the plus skill. But obviously, if you're going to do shattering and things as well, then for shattering, then you do need the resourcefulness. And to me, if you're going to disenchant, then you may as well. You need the plus skill. You need max skill and all the plus skills. So you need all the profession gear. So at that point, you may as well just push it a little bit further and get the resourcefulness, just so that you're a best in slot shatterer as well. So you can do that. You can do two things then, can't you? You said yesterday that skill is important for disenchant wiser. The more skill you have with disenchanting, the higher the quality of what you get. And the real quality of what you get when you're disenchanting, the gold you make from it is from the rank 3s. So personally, I would not try disenchanting unless I was 145 skill, which means I'd only do it on a blood elf. You can make gold, not being a blood elf, but the thing is, it's so easy to set up an enchanter at the moment. And surely people have got a blood elf on their account by now. So if it was another profession and the difference was that marginal, I might not say that being a blood elf was so important. But because it's with enchanting, it's so competitive because it's so easy that you really need that little bit of you really need every little advantage you can get. But if you are going to do disenchanting, make sure you know roughly what your outcomes are going to be. So you can do that with, like I said, there's a crafting sheet video coming tomorrow. And if you use basically what's said in that, then it helps you predict outcomes of what's going to happen when you do things. Like disenchanting, can't carry any more of those. Oh, what's sold here for 95? Windwall. So these sales are, you know, the vast majority of these sales are profit. That's a 95k sale, but my average buy price on that, I think, is like 2.5k on that particular item. So that's like 93 gold, 93k gold profit there. Is there any notable difference between 140 and 145 skill milling? So you're talking about if you've got a Nightborn, isn't it? I noticed a very slight difference where you could trade out, I think, one of your pigments, which you're not really going to notice any difference unless you're doing rank threes. And I don't even think you could trade out a lure drop one either, if I remember. It's been a while since I did any rank 3 crafting. It makes a slight difference, but it's so marginal with inscription that it's not really a concern. There's some profession ratios that makes a big difference, but inscription isn't one of them. Good evening, Damien. Back with us again. Never miss a stream. I've already put points into Disenchanting early in expansion, but it's not a Blood Elf. I have 900 Artisans Acuity left. What profession would you swap into? If you've got 900 Artisans Acuity left, you can swap into almost anything, really. You've got all the Artisans Acuity there to buy all the profession tools, haven't you? So you really can do anything from there. I'm not saying you can't make gold from a non-Blood Elf Disenchanter, but personally, it's so easy to get a Blood Elf Disenchanter that I don't know why I wouldn't do it. And it does, like, wasting knowledge points for enchanting, it's not even really an issue because it's so easy to get them. What's going on with alchemy on the NA lately? It's been running at 50 to 60% margin the last few days. Oh, you mean 50 to 60% profit margin? I've got no idea. I've not been seeing that. What is it that's been selling for that much? Where it's gone up so much? Do you take into account the cost from having to post an item so many times? It's still insane profit though. I don't really do that unless it's something that's got a ridiculous. Do you mean for these? Not really, because what's this costing? Right, if we get onto one of the blue items, so it's like 12 gold to post this for 48 hours for these blue ones. So when I'm selling it, some of these at 100 and some at 150k, 12 gold is what? I can't do any maths in my head. 12 gold times. It's like 2,000 gold a year to 2,100 gold a year to list it on the auction house. for 100k or 150k sales. So yeah, obviously it's a factor. You're probably right. I probably actually spend up more on the fees to list it on the auction house than I do on the actual item. But either way, it's still like I'm still making like 10 times my gold in profit. Quick question. Would farming the engineering mobs in Halo 4 be worth it? Because after you kill them, you can harvest them. I just don't know if the harvest material is worth anything. What is it that you're getting that you're harvesting from them? Because like you said, there's no point farming something if it's not worth anything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for the blood elf thing, because everyone knows that it's better, and it's so easy to set up a blood elf disenchanter. Like literally, all you're going to do, you're just going to do the. You don't even need to collect the profession treasures properly, do you? You just do the profession. Just do the catch up, and you're going to get enough knowledge and everything to get all the knowledge points and all the art and security and everything you need. I've not been seeing that either. Wish my alchemies was at 50% profit. Yeah. I could have a look if I know what they're selling at those sort of prices. But it's the first I've heard of it, and it surprises me because sometimes people come to me and they'll tell me stuff like this, so you know roughly what's going on in some markets. All right, let me just get rid of this. Tempered potions and healing potions. Is it what rank? Tempered potions or both? So rank 3 tempered potions, the price is very consistent. Rank 2's gone down, if anything, but that doesn't mean that the profit margins are bad, because if the herb prices have gone down a lot, so lure drop's probably gone down. Rank 3 lure drop's probably gone down a little bit. And rank 2 lure drop's gone down a bit. I mean, that's fairly consistent. I mean, it is at a low. It has gone down sort of the last few days. It has dropped off. Yeah, it's dropped like 1.5 gold. That's fairly consistent. So what might have happened then is even though the price of tempered potions hasn't gone down, hasn't gone up, the price of some of the herbs has gone down, which might have increased profit margins slightly. I don't know about 50% profit margins. I don't know what you're doing to get that much profit margin. But I can understand that profit margin's probably gone up a little bit. If it's farmable scrap, that seems nice. I haven't heard anything about it. if it's like the rusted scrap, then obviously that goes into some crafts in engineering. And some of the stuff in engineering does look potentially reasonably profitable, but there is the issue with the lack of scrap. Now, most people would just, they would destroy some old engineering parts to get more scrap, but it's not the ideal solution, is it? Right, that's all listed now. I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. Right, so we were talking about mining and herbalism specs earlier, wasn't we? So you don't want that. If you want mining wild herb, which I think is extremely useful, you need to put 60 points in mining fundamentals. But the main one to get is get 50 points here. And then max out bismuth, and then max out these other two. But that's the first three I think you should get. I don't know. The order which you do them is up to you. That one, and that one. And then for herbalism, you don't need mine wild herb. You don't need to be able to herb while sort of mounted, because you can just do it on the sky golem. 40 points in bountiful harvests, and then just max out whichever herbs you're doing, depending what route you're doing. You might not necessarily need all of these maxed out. Right, so what are we doing next? We're going to shut that down. We're going to open this up. Right, I need that character logged in. I need, probably shouldn't log in like 5 characters at once, really. Is this multiple accounts, or how do you do this? Yeah, this is multiple accounts. You can have as many accounts as you want, basically, up to 8 on a BattleNet. I guess my question was I guess my question was just a top of the head profession recommendation to use instead, but understandable to not point out there are no guarantees. I mean, I like the professions where you do one thing going into another thing, because if you have something where you craft something into something else, into something else, into something else, then the idea of you, it's much easier to make profit from that, rather than you go having a profession where you go to the auction house and you buy something to craft something. That it's difficult to get a profit margin from that. But say if you do tailoring and you can unravel your cloth, you can turn that into bolts, and then you can turn that into exquisite weaver bolts, then that's usually going to be a profit, because you're going through multiple layers. And it's the same with inscription. So you can mill the herbs, you can mill the herbs into pigments, turn the pigments into inks, and the inks into boundless ciphers. So again, you've got another 3 stages. So they're the sort of professions that I like, but it tends to take a little bit more setup, because you tend to need 2 profession tools to do it. I see why it's a dip from 4 to 5 days ago. I bought 4 million in herbs on Thanksgiving. Tons of low-priced herbs with a holiday in the US. Oh, okay then. You've bought well then, rather than anything else. Right, so you're there. Did you know you can set up your Windows machine in such a way that you can have layers of windows so that you can swap between monitor 1 layer 1 with 4 WoW clients and monitor 1 layer 2 with 4 WoW clients and instantly swap back and forth between them you wish. This is called a Tilling Window Manager, very useful for managing many windows. I'm using what's it called? That somebody suggested to me. I forgot what it's called now. Yeah. Power Toys, that's the one I've got that somebody sent me. And I found that really useful. I can't really run more than 4 while I'm streaming because it can't Fancy Zones. Yeah, sorry, yeah, it's Fancy Zones in Power Toys, isn't it? Yeah. You're right. Well, this has helped a lot. It just makes it easier to manage them. But yeah, I can't really have more than this because it just wouldn't work basically. Right, what are we doing? We wanted my other account on, and it's not coming in. Right, where are we? So we need WoW 6 online. Fancy Zones is the little brother to what I'm talking about. If you ever think you need more, try to remember I told you about something more fancy. Yeah, I will. If I do need more, I will definitely message you. But at the moment, this is working quite well. I think we don't need that one. Need to do some right. You can sit down there. Nope. Just as I said about it working well. I go and wreck it all. There we go. You're going to go there. Right. So what I'm doing is, let's make that bigger for a minute. Let's just pick something random. I need to, on my 0 to gold cap, I need to get to a point now where I'm on every single server on the US, and I'm getting to a position where I'm getting reasonably close now. So you can see, yeah, this is the 0 to gold cap, and I'm on all these servers on the US, but I need to spread out a bit more. I need to be on every. So we've got a win, every peak. We've got that. So I'm just literally going to go down the list. Right, we haven't got that one. I believe that's a. Thought it was a Oceanic, but it's not. It's another high population server. And we are going to create a GA. As long as it's MA, that needs to be GG. As long as it sounds like the server name. Then we'll drag this down here to there. So this is the way you have a gold making empire, by having characters on every single server. But unfortunately, it just takes a little bit of messing about to set it all up. I just gave up on everything and moved to gathering. For me, the margins on inscription and tailoring are a disaster, even with max specs and tools. Yeah, it's just the fact that it's basically it's AFK. But I get it, because trying to sell it as well is, can be a bit of a pain in the ass as well, can't it? She's going to guild invite him across. And Promote officer. And we shall give him a logout macro. Right, one down. Right, we need AGG. Not got that either. Agramar. Isn't he the boss in got the raid's called? He's the one with the big sword, isn't he? This is I can't believe I've not got this server either. This is a full one. Go. Let me have that. Name taken. What about an F on the end? Fine. Drag. Come on. Why is it not letting me drag? It's not letting me drag for some reason. Okay, that's been a disaster. I have Abyss Enchanter. I have Ingenuity as high as I can go. Seem to be able to only make a few K per day due to concentration limits. I have Max Shatter and Disenchant, but struggle to find a path to profit. Any tips on where to go next? Maybe Max a Tailor for cheap blues to enchant. You don't really, you don't even really need a Max Tailor to craft the blues. You only need a few bits. You just need to max the resourcefulness, really. I mean, obviously, if you can be in a position where you can craft the bolts for yourself as well, that takes a bit more setup. But that'll give you a bit, profit margins a little bit better. But if you've got, there's not a lot you can do about making the concentration worth more gold. Because that's just unfortunately what's happened. It's just come down over time. But if you can get a Tailor, I mean, if like you can get him to have be able to craft the bolts as good as possible as well, and craft the braces and even the hats as well, if you want to do that, then it's probably not a terrible idea. I suppose. Let me move now. You can come down here into there. Right. We've got Elixiraza. Yeah. Valeria. No. I can't remember what the account limit is anymore. I'm so used to having being able to do anything. Wow. Count. We will increase the maximum number of characters that can be created on a WoW account from 60 to 65. That's still not going to get me on every server. But it can get me close. I'll be about 20 servers short, I think, then. It's fine. Antorus, yeah, that was it. I remember the boss. I just couldn't remember what the raid was called. Yeah, I did actually raid then. Makes sense. Need more Disenchanters so you can have so many you can rotate the concentration every day, Keck. Yeah, if anybody does set up a new enchanter from scratch at the moment, I would be curious how much of a difference there is between profit margins from like your best one. Not how much gold you're making in total, because obviously you will be making more gold on your best and slot ones, I just mean that basic setup. How much gold are you getting from it? Right, what server are we on next? Area 52 I know I've got. Argent. Got Argent, got Arthas. Asgalore. Right. We haven't got that one. I believe that's a regular low population server. Oh, you're joking. I like that name. Is the goal of having a character on each server to move goods, or are you just playing prices across realms on non-stackable items and miss the context behind what you are doing? So basically, as you saw when I was listing auctions a minute ago, I already have characters on every single server. But what I'm basically doing is I'm doing a 0 to gold cap challenge on an independent account. So I'm trying not to use anything off my actual account. So I'm basically doing it as I would do. I'm doing the challenge as if I was trying to make 10 million gold myself and what I would do. So I'm basically setting up a load of stuff that I've already got, but I'm doing it on a different account as if I was doing it from scratch. And basically, yes, I'm going to be selling and moving stuff across many different servers. It looks like I'm going to be capped at 65, which is a little bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. We got that. Black hand. Right, we haven't got black hand. As you can see, I've created loads of these already. Over time, I've slowly been doing this for about, I think, about 4 or 5 weeks now, and I'm up to about 2 million gold. But I just need more servers to be able to transfer things to. And if you think of it this way as well, if you're farming something that sells on one server, then that's fine. If it's not something that sells cross realm, shall I say, if you're farming something that sells on one server, yeah, that's fine. But if you farm that same thing over and over and over again, it's more efficient to farm that same item many times, usually, and then you can sell it on lots of different servers, that same item. You can just tend to do things more to scale. You can have that there. Bleeding Hollow. I think I've got that one already. Bloodhoof. I don't think we've got that. Nope. I think that's quite a low population server. Come on. I was actually thinking of setting up an enchanter this weekend. If I do, I'll itemize the cost and let you know. Yeah. Let me know how it is when you get to the point. How much? I'm curious of comparing how much it costs to do the basic setups. That's like getting 25 enchanting skill, basically. And being able to, do the super basic setup versus I don't think the more expensive setup is probably worth it anymore. I could well be wrong, but I've got a feeling the time to get your gold back will be too high. Whereas the basic ones just, you know, it's super basic, isn't it? It doesn't take long. It doesn't take much gold or anything at all. Fine, you're set up. Right. Bronzebeard's next up. I've got you already. Got you. Got you. Right, Chromaga, so we got you. Yeah. Got Dalaran. No Dalaran. I have 0 experience on gold farming. You have any suggestions on how to start? Mining, herbalism, run the route in the north of Hallowfall. Just a minute. Get this guy down here. See if I can find the oh, you're over on YouTube, aren't you? Just a sec. I'll link it on YouTube in a second. Yeah, mining, herbalism. And I talk in that video, I talk a bit about the different routes that you can run, basically. That's to get you started. When you've got a bit of gold, you can do some other stuff once you've got a bit of gold. But until you've got some gold, you can't really do anything. Right, give you your. Right now in the EU, inks are selling at 400 gold each. That's a crazy margin. I've sold my stock, so if someone wants to jump in there, welcome. It's slow selling though. Yeah, inks aren't the best sellers, because if someone's a bisque crafter for inks, then they can craft whatever inks go into as well. So the only people you really tend to be selling to are people that are buying the inks to craft something that's you know, they're buying inks because it's going in profession gear or something like that. That's not actually an inscription character. Right, we've just done Dalaran, haven't we? So we've got Dark Iron. Dark Iron, Dark Spear. Yeah. Got that. Draenor. We've got Draenor. Dragon Blight, Dragon Maw. Got neither of the Dragon Realms. I think we are going to run out of... I'm going to hit the character limit soon, which is really disappointing. Dragon Maw is a high population server as well. I should have had that one already. Yeah. No way going to give me that name. Maybe that. There we go. You've already had the maximum number of characters allowed on this account. Can we get rid of anything? There we go. I have hit the character limit. So that's all I can do now. I can't expand to any more servers unless I use some of the gold on the account to buy a second WoW account, which in reality, that's if I was actually doing this properly, that's what I would do. But I'm not going to waste that gold, basically. So we'll get rid of that for now. Primarily arbitrage. Yeah, basically, I'm going to be selling stuff across servers and stuff like that. Right. Let me just check some. So what's the prices on cheaper Weaver cloth? 14.78. And cheapo storm dust. It's about 10.8. Well, that's gone up a little bit. Tailoring. Yeah, like people are saying, there's like 7 gold or something on each exquisite Weaver cloth that you make. So it's not like, you know, it's not the most amazing stuff in the world at the moment. But at the same time, it's still basically free gold. The rank 2s sell really quick, so view that. You can get on with that. I just did it. It took me about 10k because blues are around 100 to 150k, 150 gold. Just got done doing it on another roll. Getting fully caught up on a new enchanter with Diamond decks right now. Costs around 40k on NA with professional equipment. Yeah. So it's not something you want to do just for a concentration character at the moment, probably. But it depends. It depends how much of the long term you're in it for. Like if you're really in it for the long term, if you're really in it for the long term, with your enchanting concentration crafter, then it, you know, probably is worth it. But it's just going to take a while for you to get all that gold back. And is that 40k getting a rank 5 profession tool or a rank 4? Because there tends to be quite a big difference in the cost. And there's not that much difference in the benefit that they give you. It was a rank 4, right? Yeah. Yeah, rank 5, I definitely don't think it's worth it. I noticed some people buy 1 or 2 at a time. I guess it's because the inscription orders often require a rank 3 ink and a rank 2 cipher. I guess people are just are lazy and just buy them off the auction house. Yeah, you say that, and I can craft them myself and I still buy them off the auction house. It is exactly like you said, it's just people being lazy. Right. So unfortunately, our second warlock died last night when the stream died and I disconnected. But I do still have this guy who was the very first character we did, but I've not had a chance to be able to play on him because I've always been using that account for other stuff. Did we? We spent our point there. Yeah, that's fine. Doing hardcore. Yeah. Take 3. It's take 3 on hardcore. And this time, there's no way we could possibly die, is there? Right, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. That's all good. That's all good. Good, 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 good. Right, let's do it. We're not going to die. What I do when I set up a profession, I usually take enchanting on the side for the acuity and then use the concentration build as a way to get up some of the cost setup costs. That's actually, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Because you're basically going to have the setup anyway, aren't you? You're going to have all the knowledge points. You're going to have like 200 knowledge points. So you're already in a position where, yeah, I should have. That's a really good point. When I did my video about catch up, I should have mentioned that. Because the gold that you would normally spend to set up the enchanting character, you've just done it, haven't you? You'll spend a little bit more to get the profession tools and stuff like that if you really want it. But you don't even really need it because you've got all the knowledge points. It's just another bonus. Right, how are we doing? Oh, Team Twitch is just beating Team YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. Right, if I remember. Oh, yeah, I didn't do this one up here, did I yet? We'll go and do this one down here first. See if I even remember how this works. I've not even buffed myself, have I? I need a wand, don't I? That's what I need. I could do with setting up a second crafter actually on that account in the bottom left. But I'll do that when we're not somewhere dangerous. Yeah, of course, she's got loads of mobs near her. And buffing him just cost me half my mana bar. One of the early enchanters I did specialised in Profession Tool 2, and I have a tailor and jewel crafter doing the other 2 cheap if I want to upgrade. Yeah, and if you obviously because it's your own characters as well, if you're willing to use the concentration on those, you can save a lot that way as well. I think I'm just going to kill one of these at a time. Oh crap. I'm going to run away, come back in a minute. Oh, where's your one gone? Oh, actually. I don't know where that other mob went, but I'll take it. Right. Thank you, matey. Come back here. Have. Oh. Can't trade in walk because his solo self found. Hello, mate. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today, Plim Plim? We've done a bit of goal making. We're doing some crafting. And we're doing some hardcore again. But the mage doesn't seem to be as good as the warlocks that we've lost so far. Morning, you all. Drove 5 minutes into town last night and my truck died. Oh, that sucks. Had to get towed home late, so got to focus on some in real life goal making today. Oh no. It's so annoying when like your transport just dies like that. It's such a hassle because it just messes up everything else. Well, I hope it gets sorted for you, Bez. It's so annoying. I hate it when cars die. Cars, trucks. It just sucks, doesn't it? Right. How many of these do we need? Oh, don't seem to be that many of these at spawn round here. If I'm going up to do that other quest up here, I may as well just farm it round here, hadn't I? There's only a couple of spawn points for these. By looks of it here. Got that quest done. K-Chat to OnlyFans soon. Oh no. I'm never going to be that serious. Like, what did we get to? Did we get to level 13, I think, before I died? By pulling 6 mobs. If I can't even get through Westfall, I'm never going to get to 60, am I? Yes, I saw. Haha, multitasking, yeah. Thank you. When it rains, it pours lately. Was also sock over holiday and had to take the dog to the vet. Everything always happens at once, doesn't it? Is your dog okay? Bro, what combo of profession do you recommend for alt army of 60 characters? I mean, it's going to be expensive to set up 60 characters now. Well, I say it's expensive. It's cheaper than it was before, but it's going to take a long time for you to get your gold back. But generally, it's still the same. It's still enchanting +1, basically. And that +1 can be a few things. It can be blacksmithing, it can be inscription, it can be jewel crafting. Just don't pick alchemy. Right. This is quite a high risk quest as well. Seems to take forever for this mage to get anybody down. Why am I still in combat? Oh. Well, at least we've got a nice crit to begin with. I need to go and buy a wand when we've done this because I'm just wasting so much mana. Somebody else trying to do this quest by the looks of it, so that's good because I hate this quest. Yeah, he's fine. Back to normal already. Good, good. There's nothing worse when like pets and family and stuff like that are not well. Let's go and save this guy. There we go. And this is what we do because we're hardcore in it. There we go. And give you a buff and everything. We're all good friends now. Although we got aggro from that. Oh, he gave me a blessing of might, guys. That's nice of him. I hope your goal making is going well today. We listed some auctions across all the US servers, but we didn't get that much in sales, really. I think we only got about 500,000 in total, which is a bit lower than what I normally get. Okay, I'm coming. Just get into this corpse as usually. I'll give one back now. You're not going to get it. Let me pull it. Oh, there's a second one. Oh, crap, the one's just respawned. I've got no mana, mate. I can't help you. On this thing before they respawn again. I hate this quest. There's just so many Murlocs just around this little area. He's back already. It's fine. Just get mana back. Although basically that's what OnlyFans is anyway, isn't it? It's just a sort of a long list of people just dying and starting again, which is basically what I've done anyway, so. Although I don't know if I've seen any disconnect deaths yet. Like the one I got yesterday, unfortunately. Upgrade. No. Are you multiboxing all 60 at once? Oh, do you mean for the guy's concentration army? I think he just means like setting up 60 characters. The Horde Warlock was lost to a DC. Yeah, when the stream yesterday, I don't know what happened at the end, but everything just died. Like the stream died, my internet died, and everything. And then by the time I come back, obviously the character was dead, and obviously everything else was dead. Which was really sucky because it was a good stream, and besides the actual death I had, which was, it was my own fault. Besides that, everything had gone well on the stream, so it was just a bad way to end it. Both the way it ended the stream and the way it ended the character. But we still had this mage that I'd not played on for a little while. A mage that AoE levels was in world to first for in the race for world first. Died to a disconnect because he had a bunch of other tabs open and other windows. Oh, that sucks. That sounds like the sort of thing I would do, wouldn't it? Doesn't it? Just get distracted by one of your other windows. I've seen quite a few now hitting 60. You see it coming up all the time in chat now. I saw someone multi-box gathering with a hive mind mount running like 10 characters at once, picking the same mining herb and nodes 10 times for a single action. Yeah, I saw people obviously. I'd seen that people were using 2 characters, and as soon as I saw that, I thought hive mind mount as well. But I didn't have it on my account, and it looked like a lot of hassle to get just to try something out on. Yeah. But I don't know if they are doing it as a single action. They're probably just, it might be botting, but if they're doing it all as a single action, then everything, if they're doing it all as sort of individual clicks, which is what I was planning on doing, just key binding gather, and then you just click through each window and press like spacebar or whatever it is you have set up as gather. I think even without using any sort of automation or anything like that, or any keystroke programs or anything like that, I think it could work very well. Or that's what I thought before anyway. I never actually, like I said, I never actually tried it because it was too much hassle to set up. For every 60, 5 others die before 30. Well, does that mean if I get 3 more deaths before 30, I get a 60 out of it? You can set up mouse down and you don't even need to click on the client. I mean, if that works, if you can do that without using any sort of dodgy programs or anything, then that makes it even easier. And I get that people want to call them bots and stuff like that, but a lot of the time, those sort of setups probably aren't bots. It's a bit of a complicated setup to bot compared to just having 10 characters who go around and fly and do mining and herbalism on their own. That's a much simpler setup for a bot than having something where you're all mounting into one map. It just sounds like something that a bot would, potentially get stuck on a lot more than just something that's flying around and gathering. So I tend to think that it's more likely that those are actual players that have just put in a bit of effort to have a nice setup for mining and herbing. But can you imagine that setup, what it would have been like at the start of the expansion? Like mining and herbing on 10 characters at once. Like minimum of 500,000 gold an hour. So that's what you could do. You could have that set up and you just run it for a month at the start of the expansion, wouldn't you? Go crazy and then get like a couple of tens of millions of gold. And then you sort it for the whole expansion then. Or the next couple of expansions even. Right, are we What time are we at? What we got? 3 hours until Path of Exile releases. Which I'm definitely not going to play. Although I could maybe have it on one screen, couldn't I? On the little screen. While I'm crafting on the others. Instead of playing hardcore. You can do hardcore on Path of Exile too as well, can't you? I know you can on Path of Exile, can't you? You're not going to play Path of Exile, but what about Path of Exile 2? Well, I seem to be... I keep saying I'm not going to play it because I can't afford to use the time to play it. And then I keep talking about playing it. So don't be surprised if I fire up stream one day and one of these tabs is Path of Exile 2 while I'm crafting on the other characters. It could potentially happen. Oh, I've got... No, actually, let's run to Goldshire. Run to Stormwind, and then we'll Hearthstone back to Goldshire. No, let's Hearthstone first, because then it puts it on cooldown, doesn't it? It's going to save like 5 minutes of the cooldown. I've got a feeling viewing numbers on Twitch later on for Path of Exile are going to go absolutely nuts. I bet we're going to see like 500, 600,000 people watching it when it releases. Oh, that's fine. Let's give him the quest up here as well. I need to go and get a wand. I need to stop messing about and hitting stuff with a staff. Is there any way we can make real life money in Path of Exile? Absolutely no idea. I've played about 10 hours of Path of Exile original about 5 years ago. So I don't really know a lot about the game. The only thing I remember about it is that the talent spectre thing just giving me nightmares. Like trying to min-max putting that into a spreadsheet might be a job and a half in itself. Now we're safe. We can probably look and see what can still run, can't we? What could possibly go wrong? Just auto running. Can't imagine much in alchemy is going to be worth crafting, is it? So we'll get the wand and then we'll where do I need to? Oh, oh, that's just the delivery quest, isn't it? Oh, for God's sake, I missed those quests. Right, while I'm safe, let me just have a... So the problem I've got with alchemy, I don't want to spend any of my 55. I only need like another 50. Knowledge points. to max out all this. You previously mentioned going into nursing because it was a solid, well-paid career. Have you ever considered translating your Excel and data skills for use for WoW into a different career in tech or data? My skills with like Excel and stuff are really basic. Like it looks pretty because of the pictures and stuff on it. But if you actually look, like if somebody who actually knows what they're doing actually looked at my formulas and stuff like that. I did the formulas, not you. You made it look pretty.
I had to show you how to work the formulas.
Yeah, I know.
And link them to different pages.
That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, my formulas and stuff they do what they do what they're supposed to do. But I imagine there is much better ways to do things more efficiently. And I'm surprised nobody's come back to me that's actually had the spreadsheet already and said, what the hell is this supposed to be? So it's all sort of, I don't know in the real world. Sorry, I didn't mean to start a marital dispute. No, it's all good fun. Yeah, I don't know how useful what I can do would be actually in the world of work, if I'm honest. Because if you've not done that before, you don't really know. Right. I'm not going to use this. If we put no, this is if we just try the basic rank 2 crafting, so with rank 1 herbs. Say about 3,000, so that's 6.1. Blessing Blossom. Not 6.Q, 6.1. So that's 7.18. $7.36. What's the lure drop at? It's actually cheaper to buy rank 2. It is cheaper to buy rank 2 lure drop. That's funny. And Rapid Spear. 14.68. So pop over to pots and flasks. I'm going to compare it on the other screen because I can't really have both of these open at a... See if anything looks like it's actually worth... I can only really craft potions well on this character. Look at them. There's like 2 gold, 2.5 gold on tempered potions. Cheetah. That's a slight loss. It's about 3 gold. That's okay. Unwavering focus. That sort of loss. Healing potions are good. But I'm not going to craft them. The break-even price in the healing potions is 8.5, so it's over 3 gold profit. But that doesn't sound like a lot, but the actual percentage of profit is quite high. But the fact that there's 200,000 of them on the auction house, I'm not going to try selling something when there's 200,000 of them on the auction house. So yeah, as expected, alchemy isn't looking great for crafting with. I did notice a few typos, but didn't want to immediately point them out. The World of Warcraft. Yeah, if you see anything like that, don't feel like you're being offensive or anything like that, because I just want to change it. Every time I go through the sheet, I find little things that I just update. I'm not easily offended by things. I'd rather people just give constructive feedback and I can improve things. I'd rather things just keep getting better every time. I mean, the crafting sheet, it's doing its job well for War Within, but for the next expansion, it's going to be, the level that it's at now, or the level it's going to be at when I put a few more things onto it. I want it to be that ready when Midnight releases for the next expansion, basically. Right, that's no profession systems, but the item system revolves a lot around crafting them. Yeah, that's what the guys were saying. It's a lot about trading, and I can't remember who said what, but it's basically saying that the richest players in the game, that's what they do. They just trade, basically. But my only issue is I'm pretty sure it's like person to person trading, isn't it? Rather than like listing things on like some sort of auction house, or I want to trade this for this, which I would be fine with, but I can't be bothered like talking to people and trying to sort out trades and stuff like that, because that sounds just like a lot of work. Right, what was I was here for a wand, wasn't I? Let me sell all this crap. Those crappy things are an upgrade. That's an upgrade. Let's wear the red linen shirt. It looks cool. Right, you can have that up there. That is an upgrade. Sell, 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 sell. That's conjured. Right, that's fine. Gear's sorted. Let's get frigging wand. Depends if you like the professions or the economy aspect. The economy aspect is very engaging. If you like the actual crafting, it's much more complex on items. Yeah, it'd definitely be interesting to learn it all. Right, let me buy this now before I actually... What level am I? Am I 10? Shadow one's 10.4, but I think the lesser... Yeah, that's worth... Yeah, last league had a currency exchange, which is an auction house. But all items appear to peer directly. Yeah, that's... See, that just puts me off a bit. It's just a bit... It's the same sort of thing why I don't like doing crafting orders and stuff like that. It's just a little bit more work, isn't it? In bod, people only doing trades. I had no issues last night. Haven't tried this morning. Oh, hello, mate. Good luck with this weekend. I want to ask if anyone else had login issues. Can't log in since last night. Uh, you're not the only one. Like, I've had no issues, and a lot of other people have said they've had no issues, but you're not the only person to say that. But the other people that have said that to me have all been EU based, so I don't know where you are. But it's not like the whole EU because yeah, it's not everybody because a lot of people are managing to get online. But you're not the only one to say that, so there might be something going on. Crafting order, work, and dealing with people. Yeah, I don't know what Blizzard thought of. It's like we play WoW because we're antisocial, and then you try and make us talk to other people. That seems like so much extra work and social interaction to save 5% auction house cut. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I'm EU based as well. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've seen one or two people say it. But you've got on okay, haven't you?
I'm just looking. Yeah.
Yeah, but the wife's just managed to log in fine.
Wow, it's retrieving stuff. Might crash.
I'm from Germany, and like I know 12 people that can't log in. I wanted to see if it was only when. So I'll enjoy your stream for now then. Oh, well, you're stuck with us then, I'm afraid. You're stuck with us. But we're happy to have you. Let me check. Should be quite safe there. But yeah, like I said, everyone that said it to me has been EU based. Right. Should we have a laugh at prospecting then, seeing what the prospecting numbers look like at the moment? Nope, that's not what we want. Here we go. That's what we want. Right, rank 3. 10.76. So I think it's rank 2 that most people have been making profit on. 8.21. It takes ages to do this actually with prospecting because you need to. There's so many different things that go in and come out of it. This is where you wish you could automate some of it. Iron Claw rank 3, where are you? There we are. Right, should be able to do this directly off here. 49 rubies, say 48. Onyx, 49. Emerald, 49. Glass, 20. Pebbles, 0.48. God, they're dying, aren't they? Gems, 35. That looks like a bait. No, it's not. God, there's barely no rank 1 crush gems. Interesting. Rank 3. Let's just say 65. And the ambers are at 2 gold. Look at that. Almost all a loss. Even with those dodgy prices on the rank 1 stuff, it's still a loss. Right, so prospecting sucks. To be fair, I forgot to check. Gem crushing. Barely profitable. Not worth it. Right. What about... we go and craft some of this stuff. What's what are the lenses at? 223. So they're okay. Oh no, I need to sell for 246. No, sorry, I need to sell for 184 to break even. That's okay. That's like what? That's over 10%. Gem cutters. That's the same, but probably more like 20% there. Marbled stone. That is actually a loss. But we can craft some of that other stuff, even though the gold numbers on it are pretty low. What do we need? We need some glass. So if we need 10, if we do like that wasn't 27 gold a minute ago. That's just got up in price, hasn't it? Glass was 20 gold. Oh, it's just messed up all the numbers. Where's it gone? Jewel crafting stuff. That's going to mess up all the numbers because that's a big difference in price. Oh, and we've got not responding. We're not dead on hardcore yet, are we? Right, sorry. Hi, how's it going on hardcore? Well, we've had 2 deaths. One because I was stupid, and one because of a DC. But we're doing well. How's it? How's things going your end? Kill that. Kill you. We'll keep it small. It's going to make things easier actually. So gem cutters at 29. Margins on everything. Is that one of you guys? Just come to gank me. Oh, he's stealthed as well. Right, I'm just gonna if I release, then he knows I'm not watching him. I can sit here for a little bit. Yeah, dual crafting's profit margins are not looking amazing either, are they? What would you say is the average profit you get from your crafting these days? It depends. If you're talking about something where, like on this dual crafting stuff, where you can see I'm just crafting something, then the profit margins aren't very good. When I craft from start to finish, like I do with, like I'm doing with this 10 Taylor, for example, or that I do with the inscription character, or any of those sort of things where you're crafting through multiple stages, then you can get sort of 10 to 20%. But when you actually look at it at gold per hour, it is not a fantastic gold per hour. But it's just the fact that you're not really doing anything for it because it's mostly AFK. And anything you're doing where it's basically AFK, it's like this farm up here. We were sort of talking about it a little bit on the Discord earlier. The actual gold per hour for the farm is terrible. But as something that is set up for an account that is supposed to be going from 0 and something that you can do like almost completely AFK, then it's fantastic in that perspective because it's basically I'm getting gold for nothing on a fresh account that's supposed to be independent, and it's helping me build up capital. But yeah, the crafting, like I said, 10 to 20% after the auction house cut. Is what I get when I craft through multiple stages. But it's not, like I said, it's not, if you actually look at the gold per hour, it's not going to be fantastic. Right, afternoon, teacher. Work caught me today, but I'm finally here. Oh no, your Orc Warlock died. It died to a disconnect. Yes, unfortunately, when the stream died yesterday, Mr. Warlock went with it. But I bet you're getting excited now. Less than 3 hours to go, isn't it? Is that big red ray gun toy farmable? I got 1 drop and no drops after. Yeah, it is. You can farm it all day long. I've only just taken these back because I had I think 6 or 7 on this character, and every time I get like somewhere like every time I get like 10, I go back. But yeah, you can farm it all day long. But like I said, if you're running one WoW account and you're trying to actively play the game, it's not a good way to farm. You want to just go out and do your mining and herbing, or you want to do that sort of stuff. But as something that you can, like I said, if you haven't got much gold, you're starting from 0 or near enough 0, and you want something that you want to watch some Netflix, you want to watch some YouTube or something like that, but you don't actually want to do anything, then yeah, put it on a screen and just kill it when it spawns, and you're making gold for basically nothing. So the gold per hour is not just like, it's not so much of an issue, just the fact that you're making any gold's nice. Okay, makes sense. Have multiple accounts seems game changing. Yeah, it is, but having multiple accounts doesn't make you gold. You have to have something you're doing with that account to make you gold. So as long as you know you can, because you've got to remember it's not free either. It's costing you a token every month to be able to afford that. Yep, I just think the servers of Path of Exile will not handle all the players, and it'll be almost impossible to play. Yep, that's basically what we were saying earlier. Like trying to play at 7 o'clock tonight, or 7 o'clock my time, whatever it is, your guys' local times. It's probably going to be, near enough impossible. Like for me, if it's 7 o'clock, if I wanted to play it, then I would literally probably go to bed early and get up really early. I miss that first, that first hour, those first 6 hours or whatever, where it's absolutely servers aren't going to work or anything. And then just come back when it's sort of, hopefully the servers are working a bit better. And then just have a long day on it then. Hey K-Chak, just saying hi. How are you? Excited for Path of XL2? Yep. Hi Jess, how's it going? I do want to try it, but I'm not going to try it. I do want to give it a go, but if I do, you won't see me stream or any YouTube videos for like a month, and that's what I'm scared of. Which is why I think I just have to stay away from it. Oh, I've not got my shield up. But how about you? Are you looking forward to the release? Oh, what's that we got? Something's popped up. Oh, Solo Bird, thank you so much. And that is, oh, just a minute, just a minute. Sorry, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Yeah, thank you so much. You are subscriber number 10, which means you get to be the last ever person to get a founder badge. And thank you so much. I believe it's 10 of you that gets founder badges. Amazing, thanks. Yeah, you've got your founder badge. Yeah, I think it is the last one. I hate these. They're all... Don't want to fight two at once. I think that druid's still here. That's amazing, thanks. No, thank you. Thank you for the sub. It's very much appreciated. It's hit level 11. I'm taking this easy. I don't want any more deaths. I'm only looking for pulling one at a time. Here we go. What time are we at? 4:30, guys. Yes, we have a Path of XL2 watch and play party at our house. We are so excited. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna. I'm not gonna play. I'm definitely gonna watch some streams later on. It's not very often we get a game that's hyped this much, do we? Just ninja you off. Hey K-Chak, watching your content, I'm really thankful for sharing your methods and successes. I have one question. If I see a good price on a mat and I start to craft them or do prospecting or something, by the time I'm done, the prices are going down again into their shit. Should I stack up? I have stacked up tons of stuff waiting for season 2 to sell them for a profit. I feel stuck and in a trap. I'm generally speaking, I'm not really a fan of stockpiling stuff because I find that's even more risky. It's you've got a long way to go until season 2. Now we talked about this earlier, where potentially your concentration crafts, because you are doing them so cheap, and that there is going to be a limited supply of those going into next season, you could potentially stockpile them. Did he just ninja my chest? But when it comes to regular crafting things, like things you've got from prospecting or anything like that, I wouldn't be saving those, because even if the price does go up a little bit, which it may well do, prices are slowly going down over time. So you think another 8, 9, 10 weeks before the end of the season, prices are going to have gone down so much by then that even if it does take a little, it goes up a little bit, it's probably not going to make up for the fact that you've just lost, quite a lot of value over that time. Get me out of combat. But there's just mobs. Yeah, for you. Forgot, I've not even put wand on my bar. I've spent all that messing about to get a wand. I didn't even put it on my bar. So the key is to craft in the right time and sell at the right time around resets. Selling, like, if you look on, I'm not going to check at the moment because I'll end up dead. But if you look on Orbis Exchange for the things you're selling, you'll probably find that the price isn't necessarily going up that much on reset days, if at all. Because even though demand does go up a little bit on reset days, so is supply, and the prices aren't really going up to match that. You made it when we looked at it yesterday, we saw that a lot of the stuff, the price was, over the week, you'd have been better off if you crafted on a Thursday. You were better off crafting on that Thursday. You were better off selling on that Thursday than you were waiting until reset. But generally speaking, when the economy is like this, you are better just crafting like small amounts, selling it, crafting more small amounts, selling it. Don't craft like I'm crafting here, where you're crafting huge amounts of stuff. Let me drink. And I understand, but then how would I end up getting that much profits? People say, wow, I got 20 to 40% profit still on everything. I might have a deficit on all the stuff I do nowadays. I see people getting 3 to 4 million gold weekly, even more 10 to 20 million. And I don't think there is many people getting 3 to 4 million gold weekly. There's definitely not many people getting 10 to 20 million gold weekly. Like, getting 20 to 40% profit margin on stuff at the moment is more the exception than the rule. There's not many people getting those sorts of margins. Like I said, I can sort of get 20%, but that's crafting, start to finish. That's not crafting one item. Fine. Multi-craft crafting is most stuff getting the profit nowadays. I mean, yeah, and resourcefulness as well, but people should have that in their calculations. People shouldn't be thinking, oh, I might get multi-craft procs and get lucky. It doesn't matter how the RNG goes. You just work it out on what is the average, and is the average going to make me gold? But yeah, you need the multi-craft because that's just part of getting the average cost down. Come on. The longer we are in the expansion, the harder it is to get more profit. There will be a lot more competitive always. Yeah, it's just going to get. But I don't 100% know because I don't know if the Brutusor mount is making more people come into gold making at the moment. Just because, just because it's something that people are after, and whether after it goes away at the beginning of January, whether things may potentially get a little bit better then when less people are potentially bothered about the gold. But we don't know. All we can do is wait and see, basically, isn't it? Where's this? Running 60 concentration alts. I'm making 1.5 to 2 million gold a week. Yeah. So people making 10 to 20 million gold a week when you're doing 60 alts, which is, that's a lot, especially if you have a good setup on them 60 alts. But you've put the work in to get that, haven't you? You've put the work and the investment in to get that set up. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. All good. That's the problem with doing it on war mode, unfortunately. I've not had a problem with it so far. But obviously, if you do get competition, then the competition's likely to kill you. Let's wand him down. Let's go over here a minute to drink. Right, what's that? And I think this particular period that we're in right now is worse because of the Brutusor amount. Lots of people that usually don't care about gold making a farming spike. Yeah, basically that, yeah. Or getting people that normally won't be involved in professions getting involved in it. This season I made like 14 million in total, but usually I would sell stuff at a loss. I was crafting alloys, and on sanctified alloys I lost more than 1 mil on them. I mean that hurts. But was that from prices going down after you'd crafted stuff? Or was that you crafting and you wasn't sure what the result was going to be? Come on. Damn, I think some things like gems and gleaming shards sitting on a bunch with around 500, 100k in deficit. If I sell, then that's huge. I want to wait. Yeah, I mean, it might go up in season 2. I'm not saying it won't. I just tend to find that people that stockpile don't seem to, get a good result from it. But if we look, just let me go somewhere where I couldn't 100% possibly die. All the way up here. Let's hide here. And where's Oribus gone? No, you're here somewhere. Seeing as you're saying like the gems and stuff. It's fine. So like, so you see the price went up when Blizzard did the prospecting changes there. But since then, like you can see over time, so that's from, there you go, that's from a month ago. That's how much it's dropped in a month. And you got to remember, I think you're probably 9 or 10 weeks till the next season. So I don't know if it makes, because if you got to a point where this is just going to completely level out, then it's fine. Then you may as well wait. But it could keep going down as well, like it has been doing for the last month. And these gems that are, 48 gold today that were 120 gold a month ago might be 20 gold in a month. You doing investing and financial in real life stuff too, Keisha? I only buy ETFs because I'm boring. I don't do the crazy risky stuff I sometimes do in WoW in real life. How much is it of a difference if I cut fillets for fishes with skill 78 compared to full skill? I have not done the maths on it. I don't have it in the crafting sheet yet. Although I should probably get it in the crafting sheet because I do have the character to do it. But I don't know. All I know is I just know what you say, what it says on there that you've probably read. The more skill you've got, the better outcome you get. The more stuff you get from it, don't you? So all I know is what you've read. So I imagine that with not having maximum skill, that you're not going to get the best possible stuff out of it, which may make it challenging to make profit from it. No idea about gems. Didn't do them at all. Did most of my gold with alloys. All the time from launch until now, I've had a good setup. Oh, what with all you've had all those alts all that time since launch. Because you must have made an absolute killing in the early days. Yeah, from prices going down, what would happen at the time? Price was around 67k. 2 people go undercutting and lower the price a lot. Yeah. It's a problem. And then you're in a situation, do you sell at the loss? Or do you wait and hope it goes back up? I knew there was going to be another one. I didn't realize there was going to be another 2 though. Not conjure water. That's the wrong keybind. Right, where's that? You as well. We'll get rid of you. Right, that's that quest done. Right, fantastic. Done, done, done. Making progress with the mage slowly. I don't prospect anymore. I just buy the stuff of files from the auction house and craft. Hey, if it works out for you, it works out for you. But you can see why prospecting. I don't think prospecting to sell the stuff is particularly good anymore. We saw this when we put the numbers, didn't we? So this was current US numbers when we put it in. And we saw the profit margins were crap, basically. But those profit margins I've got in there include 5% loss for the auction house cut. So if you're prospecting, say you prospect this one, this rank 2 at 7,200 gold profit, the amount of stuff you're getting from that is worth more than 7,200 gold if you're not selling it, basically. So if you prospected that and you're going to turn everything from that into other stuff, then it's worth more than 7,200 gold profit to you. Yeah. It's probably worth more like 12,000 gold to you. And 12,000 gold profit for prospecting 10k ore is not the end of the world. I think it takes about 30 minutes. So you think if you're making 12k profit, 30 minutes, it's 25k an hour crafting. Which, you know, I think that's fine. In fact, I think that's pretty good at this point in the expansion. Like, seeing as most people can't make that gathering, and you're just going to sit there and prospect and craft some stuff out of that. Best professions for a new person looking to get into gold making. I was thinking herbalism, alchemy. I would strongly advise not doing alchemy because you need it's a gold sink. It's a lot of gold to set up. It's a lot of skill and time to set up. As in skill, as in you need to put a lot of effort into your character, and everyone's doing it. So how competitive it is, and the profit margins on it are really crappy. Like if you're going to do herbalism, you may as well do mining with it and be a gatherer, and you know you can never lose gold doing gathering. And then if you do have some gold, then later on, hopefully you can sort of maybe start looking at other professions to use your actual professions to craft some gold. Right, we'll go in here. I don't want any. I can see what sells for the most. That's fine. We've done everything over here. Still 7 minutes. Got the Hearthstone timer on Classic is just crazy. That's fine, right, let's get it done. Like the different groups of goblins or something. What you mean competition? 2 people go with undercutting wars, lower the price a lot. Yeah. But it doesn't even take 2 people. It only takes 1 person who's willing to undercut. One that's willing to undercut, and another person that's going to cancel scan against him. Because you go again, it only has to be you and 1 person that's willing to cut. Because he can undercut, and then you post at his price, and then he undercuts you, and then you post at his price. So you don't need two people to undercut. You only need one, and one person that's just wanting to post their auctions. No, it took me all this time until now to get set up the alt. Still got 40 in the pipeline. Oh, well, that's a pity, because at the start, they were crazy. Those people who watched my videos before the expansion came out and set up them concentration builds straight away are crazy. Absolutely crazy, the gold some of them were made. Billy's nearly finished editing. God, it's a mess. I thought you had to release it tonight. I thought you released on a Friday, Billy. That's your normal... yeah, I do. Yeah, now it's going to be rendering for about 2 hours, isn't it? And then you do what I do. You render it, upload it, you watch it once to make sure it looks okay, and then you find a mistake, and you're like, oh, for God's sake. I'll do it all again. Not all again, but go back, edit slightly, and re-upload. Sorry, guys, it's not going to be released today. There was one reset. It was really good. The price went from 800, from 1700 to 2500. I made 3 million in 3 days. Then I would buy ore, make alloys, sell and repeat. And it's great profit. It was huge, like 600k on 1,000. I think nowadays it's like 60 on 100k. Yeah. Like at the start when I was crafting rank 2 tempered potions at like 40, 50% and stuff like that, it was. And the boundless ciphers when I was crafting them at over 100%, it's like madness the amount of gold you were making. But those profit margins don't last, unfortunately, do they? That's fine. That's good. We'll give us some more muffins. I need the mage trainer. I think he's up here. Oh, there he is. That is actually him. Right. Like my frostbolt just feels so weak at the moment. Just feels like it doesn't do any damage. Yeah, I used to do that, but you still need to top up to craft enough vials. I'm using vials for rank 3 flasks pot. Oh, you mean from prospecting to get enough crushed gems? Is it the crushed gems you're sure? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've done prospecting into vials, so I can't remember which thing it is you'd end up short. But we can have a look, can't we? So if you prospect 10,000 ore, it's the crushed gems, isn't it? By looking at it, you need 6. Where's the vials? Vials there. Yeah, you need six glass and 3 crushed gems. So you get. Yeah, you're going to be short on the crushed gems, aren't you? You're going to be about 50% short on the. It's on the glass. I thought on that you'd be short by the crushed gems. It's glass and gems. Oh, but I mean, like if you craft enough, if you prospect enough, so you can get one of them, then you'll be short on one or the other. Like if you're short on both, it just means you prospect more. Or you can just prospect more. I mean, you don't have to. Obviously, you're only going to prospect if it's profitable, which is marginal. It's like we've seen, it's marginal all the time. it looks like the only way you can use prospecting now to make gold is to prospect into crafting like you're doing. On the hardcore tomb, don't you have blink? Could blink around a little bit quicker until you get them out. I don't think so. No, at what level do we get blink? I'm curious now. Let's have a look. So we can see. Level 20, we get blink. But yeah, you're right. It would be nice to... it would be nice to have blink, right, if we move some of this stuff. Up to there for now. It's called HGAD. Does Mrs. K-Check want to make me a thumbnail? Oh. What do you mean? Your thumbnails are miles better than mine. I don't know. She's just done me one for the video tomorrow, for the crafting sheet video tomorrow, so I don't think she'll... I don't think she'll be very impressed if I get her to do another one. But you know yours are better than mine. Are you unraveling your own cloth there to make these bolts? Yeah, unraveling, crafting the weave cloth bolts, and then crafting the exquisite weave cloth bolts in a minute. When this is finished in 42 minutes time. I've been really lazy lately and just made templates. Hey, but everyone basically does the same thumbnails, don't they? They have the same sort of text in the same sort of location, same sort of, like, you can look at a thumbnail. I bet you can look at a WoW content creator's thumbnail and you can know who's made that video without looking at anything else rather than the thumbnail. Because I know I could for a lot of them. So everyone has like the same sort of thing, yeah. Look at Mr. Beast thumbnails, they're all the same face. Yeah, he's just got like a... I'm not going to pull the faces, because if I pull the faces, someone's going to take a picture, aren't they?
And then I'll make it into a...
Yeah, and then someone will make it into a something for the Discord, yeah.
Sticker. Emoji.
Someone just reset... Oh, sorry, I missed that one. Someone just reset rank 1 ciphers to 323 gold. This won't last much longer. I hope they have, because I've got loads of them on the auction house, which just... If that's been reset like that, that means all my stuff has just sold. And they were on there for a decent profit margin as well. So. What? Oh, Kat. What are you doing, Kat? You want to go outside? You go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Right. That's fine. That's all good. That's all good. Right. Right. Quest handed in. See if we can make it back to Westfall. I'll tell you what. Let's take this guy back and see if that druid is still there. I'm not going to res this time. I'm going to wait and see if the mob spawns. If the mob spawns and it doesn't get killed, then I can assume the druid has left. I don't think I can phase anymore, can I? Unless I'm in a rested zone. Unless the person's really close by. But we are going to try. If the mob is dead, then we are going to try phase in. Because I can't remember how the mob's up. So I think he must have gone. We'll wait a minute. He might just be baiting me. No idea what you mean. No. Yeah, you've got to be very, very careful with the faces that you pull, haven't you? Right, let's go. Oh, we've got to do Hogger yet, haven't we? We had this easy last time because we found a big group that were doing it at the same time. Just go for it. Let's go for it. Please don't kill me. We just think I'll fall for that. Yeah, but for you, God, he's stacked up like anything. Right, so it is just curious. On Path of Exile, there's 202,000 people watching Path of Exile on Twitch, and the game's not even out for another 2 hours. I said I thought we'd get to 5 or 600,000. I've got a feeling it's going to go a bit higher than that. Right, so if we sneak down here, I don't think these aren't actually quests, are they? I think it's just annoying things that's popping up on my map. Just need to. You joking? Asmon will have over 100k easy. Yeah, it's. Do you think it'll hit 1 million then? That's the question. Will it hit 1 million? I don't think I've seen. As in the whole game, will it hit 1 million? The whole category of Path of Exile 2. Is there a time that it's best to post the exquisite Weavercloth bolts? Not really. If you actually look at, we'll have a look in a sec. Let's have a get out of here a sec. They need to respawn anyway. I mean, this is US. I don't know if you're in the EU or the US, but like there's sometimes these tiny little spikes. Well, these are like, this is so short. There's a little bit of a spike there on Sunday, a little bit of a spike there on the Wednesday. That's a Wednesday on the US, not on the EU, so that's not on reset day. Well, this is what we're saying earlier. People saying, "Oh, I'm going to save my stuff and I'm going to sell it on reset day." But look here, on reset day, nothing changes. It's not till Wednesday and Sunday that you get the little bumps up. And maybe a little bit there on Monday. And if you crafted here, so you craft on a Thursday, let's say you crafted on a Thursday, you're at 59.7 gold. So you craft right at the start of the WoW week, should we say? Then you say, I'm going to save these for reset. It comes down to reset. It's down to like 41.5 gold, 42 gold. So you are just best off. If you're crafting at a profit, then just sell it when it's at a profit. Don't mess around and wait for reset when it might be down here. Reset's not going to push your price up. It's just going to lose you some gold. So all my numbers are based on what the prices were when I started crafting, which will have changed a little bit. I should still have a decent profit margin. But if I wait forever to sell, then there might not be a profit margin, or it might even be a loss. Right, where's these? Is that one? No. It doesn't look like there's anybody else here, so I don't think I'll be able to kill Hogger by looks of this. I don't think I can solo him. Unsure on that one. That what hitting 1 million? Yeah, if it's at 200k and the game's not even out yet, then I guess we'll just have to see. I might give Hogger a go to see how quickly I can burn him down. If he gets close, I'll just run at that point. Well, actually, I'll just sheep him and then run. It's that. No, I can get away from him. I think I can just about pull him on his own. Yep. It's highly anticipated and has dropped. Well, do people even care about drops anymore? It's like before, everybody was like, yay, drops. But now it's like drops for everything all the time. Or is that just a stupid statement? People never stop caring about drops. Ninja off you, I think. And you. Yeah, man-free stuff. Yeah, well, it's weird, isn't it? So instead of putting their money into like a marketing budget, they put it into, making a something for the game, which they then give out. And it's just a different way to do your marketing, I suppose, isn't it? You'll probably see your view count rise when you have drops. It's just how it is in most cases. Yeah, I mean, I think I've got drops on here, haven't I? But I've not. I see everybody else puts it in their title, don't they? Right, there's. You want to kill Hogger? We're going to kill Hogger. Have a buff. Where is he? Fine, we can do it as a 2. It's 2 here as well. We're taking these. So much easier with two of us. Oh, of course, I found another one. Okay. We should have this then. Now there's two of us. Easy mode. Where are you going? I didn't want to pull free. We want to make sure I kill off those. Because we've got enough problems with mobs running away. Where's he gone? Crafting. God, priest's worse than mage for running out of mana. Where are we going? It just feels like a really bad idea to walk through the middle of a camp. Like it's all just going to respawn on you. Oh, Weevil's up. Weevil's down. That druid didn't stay for very long. It killed me. Where you go? Where you going? Let's go, go, go. What stats do you recommend now for mining and herbalism to focus on? If you're starting from scratch, I'd go finesse on both of them. I think finesse. Everyone pretty much agrees that finesse is the best for herbalism. For mining, it may potentially be perception if you've got a lot of knowledge points. Well, if you go all finesse, you can't really go wrong, to be honest. Right, where's Hogger? Another guy over here. Where the hell is he? I just feel like sneaking past all this is potentially going to backfire. Coming back the other way. I spent a lot of time watching and reading up on professions, but still overwhelmed with it all. Wanting to just go in on something and thought of tailoring, only to realise you need 2 tools to make it even attempt it. Feels like it'd take a long time. If you do the where are you attacking? If you do the enchanting shuffle, then you can get all the arts and acuity you need, even to get 2 tools. But that's going to cost you a lot of gold to do that, unfortunately. But that's the only way to shortcut the shortcut. But I don't think tailoring's that bad, especially the doing what I'm doing here for the rank 2s. I mean, they seem to sell quite quick. The profit margins seem okay. I don't think it's necessarily a bad choice. But like you said, you just need all the art and security, and unfortunately that's going to cost, a lot of gold to do all that shuffling. Or the actual expense of it. I didn't think the tailoring ones were that bad. Let me just kill Holger, guys. Who happens to be in a massive group. I'll just burn this. Burn him. Oh, that's fine. Found him a tank. Got it. That's fine. Let's get the hell out of here. It was a bit he was chugging my life a bit then, even with the healer. Sneak out that way. Go. Get out there. If it makes you feel better, I feel the same way after coming back after a 10-year break. Yeah, a lot of people have come back after a long time in the profession system, like, compared to the fact that they used to have a system whereby you went to the trainer, learned a profession, got your skill up, learned to craft something, and that was it. Obviously, things are a little bit different to what they used to be. But I imagine it's probably the same with like people's specs and things as well. I imagine that's changed a lot in 10 years as well. Right, got that. Back here. You're kidding me. Just half-stone it. I have 150 on each. I can't go wrong with finesse. Good. Yeah, I think finesse is the basic go-to setup, really, isn't it? I mean, 100% it's the best on herbalism. But yeah, I don't think it's particularly bad advice to do it on everything. Right, you can shove that down there. It was perception for null stones, but the price for null stones is now like 300 gold. So I don't know. Yeah, at the start, those null stones were crazy. But yeah, the price of the null stones has come down, but the price of everything else has come down as well. Now, how much the null stones has come down is obviously a much higher number that it's come down. But at the same time, you know, it's still some gold, isn't it? But I don't know. I wouldn't. If someone told me perception was best, I wouldn't argue with them. If someone told me finesse was best for mining, I wouldn't argue with them either way. It's about 6k for the bolts alone. Okay. I don't think they're expensive. I paid 30 to 50k on the start, plus 10 to 20k tip. Now there should be way less. Still, this is perception for mining, especially if you have all 3 nullstone nodes unlocked. Rank 3 ore isn't worth as much as rank 3 herb, so finesse isn't as big. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't argue either way. But definitely definitely at the start, when you first start mining, finesse is better. When you're only getting the partial nullstones, but like you're saying, when you've got all the nodes unlocked, so you get the full nullstones every time. But yeah, like I said, the price of nullstones has come down a lot. But like you said, the price of the ore has come down a lot as well. See you going again on a mage this time. Best of luck. Yep. Well, this was actually the first character we did on stream. But I stopped with it because I was using this account for crafting and stuff like that. So that was the only reason I actually stopped playing this character. But now he's back. So we've had 2 deaths, but one of them wasn't really my fault. One of them was the disconnect yesterday that not only killed the character but also killed the stream, which was very rude. Very rude, right. Yeah, we're at 5:30. We're going to have to eat soon, aren't we? Right, how long? We're going for 3.5 hours. Right. I think, guys, we might actually call it there. Because I really need to eat. I know we've only done 3.5 hours this time, but we just got started a little bit late. So I am going to eat something while watching somebody else's stream. Who else is on? Right, I'm going to try and send us all through to somebody else, but we've not done this before. So if this all goes wrong, right. Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. Really, really, really appreciate it. I'm going to go and watch some Mr. GM. And I'm going to see if this works, taking us all through. So I hope you guys don't mind. I may try to do one over the weekend. I may try to not play Path of Exile 2. We'll see how it all goes. Right, we're all going to see Mr. GM then. Let's see if it works.
And sulfurous? What is that? Oh. That was pretty fun.
Have you signed out?
Oh, K-Jack. Thank you very much for the raid.